today's lesson we're checking out Given Up by Linkin Park. Now in this video I'm going to talk you through how to play all the parts, but there is an accompanying video linked in the description with a full demo playthrough with tabs as well, so you might want to check out that video alongside. You'll also find a link to more Linkin Park songs on my channel there as well. We're in drop D for this one, so be sure to tune your low E down a tone and let's dive in. So starting with the main riff, essentially what we've got here is an E power chord. So in drop D, that's barring the 2nd fret on the bottom 3 strings. And then we've got some percussive strums. And then right at the end of the bar, we've got an F power chord, which is barring the 3rd fret on the bottom 3 strings. So you put it all together, and then that F leads right back to the E for the repeat in the 2nd bar. So now to go into the detail of the rhythm here of the scratchy strums, obviously we're doing the down strum on the E power chord on beat 1. We've got 1 on the down, and then after that we're going down, up, down, up, down, up, and then the final down is the F. So all together it's down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And then a couple of repetitions. Down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now the reason the strums, the downs and ups, end up that way is because we're just swinging the arm to the beat of the song. So to hear all the accents in the right place, it's just where the ups and downs happen to land against the beat. If you want the proper count, we're in 16th note land, so that would sound like 1 and a 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 and a 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Now in terms of the structure of the song, we have this one bar repeated 3 times, so and then on the final bar we're going to add 1 extra chord. So basically towards the end of that bar we're sliding all the way up to a B flat power chord, which is barring the bottom 3 strings on the 8th fret, and then another little down up scratch, and then the F and the E to finish off. Now in terms of the counting to hit this B flat in the right place, on the final bar we're going 1 and a 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. So it's on the and of 3. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Those 4 bars all together give you 1 full cycle of the riff, and that's repeated twice at the start of the track. The first time is just a single guitar on its own, and then the 2nd time is double tracked with the full band joining in. So if you are playing on your own, you might want to kick in a little bit of extra distortion or something like that. But just to give you a full run through, this is what we've got. And that's your main riff. Moving on to the verse now, and in the original track this just drops down to bass, so if you're playing in a band, don't play anything at this point or you'll annoy the bass player, but if you're just playing on your own you might as well jam along. So we're going to learn the bass line here, and we're starting on that E, just a single note on the 2nd fret on the bottom string, and we're going to play the same rhythm that we had in the intro, so down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, and that, just like the intro, that final down can be on the F again, so moving up to the 3rd fret. Then in the 2nd bar we do exactly the same, but we don't include the 3rd fret at the end, we just stay on the 2nd fret. Then we're going to take the finger off and just have the open bottom string, and we're going to do the same rhythm, but still adding that 3rd fret note at the very end. And then the final bar, once again, it's just mimicking the riff, but when we get to the B flat, quite handy, we can just use the 1st fret on the A string now, rather than having to slide up to the 8th fret on the bottom string. So that final bar, starting on the E, to the B flat, then the F, sets up for the repeat. So all 4 bars, we're starting on the E, with a little F back to E, drop to D, then F, E, with the B flat, and F. We get 2 repetitions of all that, and then at the very end of the verse, we've got a couple of bars just to build up to the chorus. So after that final bar, we're actually going to a B, where we can use the 2nd fret on the A string, and we're just going to do 8th notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, then mute the guitar for the final bar, let the isolated vocals happen, and then we're ready to slam back in for the chorus. I should also mention that I've put an octave pedal on to help mimic the sound of the bass during the verse, so you might want to do that as well if you've got the option. But just to give you a full run through of one of the bass cycles with that lead up to the chorus as well, that would sound like this. Then when the chorus comes in, we're back to normal guitar sound, so turn the octave pedal off, and we've got 4 chords. We're doing an E power chord on the 2nd fret. These are all the standard drop D bar chords. G up on the 5th fret. D using the open bottom 3 strings. I'm just using my first finger to mute the top 3 strings there, so I don't have to worry too much about what strings I'm strumming. And then A up on the 7th fret. And strumming wise, we can do down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Just kind of common strumming pattern for this style. So we get 3 repetitions of that phrase. So E, G, D, and A. Then on the final phrase, we're going to play the E and G as normal. But we're going to do double length on the D, so D gets a full bar to itself. Then we're up to the A, and we're going to strum most of the bar with the A. But then at the end, we're going to do the end of the riff, so should recognize that from earlier in the song. So that final 2 bars with the D and the A sounds like this. And that quite smoothly takes us into the 2nd verse, or after the 2nd chorus, that takes us into the bridge, which we'll take a look at now. So the bridge starts out fairly quiet with this phrase. Which is all just palm muted stuff on the bottom string. So we're starting with open, 1, 2, then open 4, 3, then open 6, 5, then open 1, 2 again, and then the ending phrase we've got open, 1st fret, and then we're jumping up to the 3rd fret on the G string and just doing a little curl, so just gradually bending it. Creates a little bit of character there. So we put all that together. Now most of the time on that top note I'll just strum it and mute all the other strings with the other fingers in my left hand. But you could also use a pinch harmonic here, so get that squealy sound. That adds quite a lot to it, and if you're layering up guitars you can have one doing one and one doing the other, then you get the octave. But then after that we're playing the same phrase but with full drop D style power chords. So with the same curl at the end. This becomes a repeating phrase and we have alternate endings. So we're going to keep the first part of the phrase. And obviously the first ending was that one that we had with the open first and the bend. But the second ending, the first alteration of that, we're going to have open, 3, 2, 1. So if I play those 2 alternating phrases back to back, that'll sound like this. So those 2 phrases together becomes the repeating cycle. So we play all of that twice through with the full power chords, and then the final phrase is kind of really odd. It's a bit long-winded and you've got to really memorize the chords, but that sounds like this. And then that final bit leads us back into the riff. So there's quite a lot to memorize here, and you might want to break it down and just learn little bits at a time. But what we're doing, we're starting as we have been normally. So open, first, second, open, 4, 3, open, 6, 5, open, 1, 2, 3, then open, 2, 3, 5, open, 1, 2, 3, open, 2, 3, 2. So as I say, pretty long-winded, and you've got to really get used to the sound of it. It has a kind of ascending feel to it that's helping build the song back up to come back in with the riff. But if we put all of that together, then back into familiar territory. So hopefully that all makes sense. I've done a shortened version of the bridge in the demo at the start of this song, but I did the full thing in the full demo playthrough linked in the description. So you might want to check that out and sort of follow the tab along, or do your own tab, which is another really good idea. Following that bridge, you've just got another round of the riff, and then we lead into the final chorus, which is just a normal chorus, and you're just finishing at the end of that chorus. So on the last phrase, you have that little bit at the end of the chorus which steals the end of the riff, and it just ends on that final D chord. So ending with the F, E, and that's the end of the song. So that gives you all the parts. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this one. It's a really cool song and not too difficult. The main focus is probably going to be getting that scratchy rhythm right in the main riff, as well as mastering the different variations in the bridge, but be sure to just play along with the original until you've got it all down. As I mentioned, you can find that full demo with tabs linked in the description, and there's plenty more guitar content on the channel, so be sure to subscribe for more, and I'd really appreciate you giving this video a like if you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.